Assalamu alaikum. So we're going to catch up with a little bit of piecing together of this suit. Now this is semi-stitched. I've fitted it out by the method that I previously showed in the clip, and done the fitting. I've not done the jacks but attached the piece on the back. Now it's little things like this that can actually end up making the suit. Where it was just a plain simple piece of fabric that was dangling down and had no weight, what I've done is I've backed it with the salwar fabric, and I've also put a slight bit of trim because I was trying to find a lace that was similar so that I can actually lace the back of the kameez as well, and I had a problem trying to locate it. I managed to find a piece of one that I'd taken off some other suit, just some dory in the rich pinky peachy colour. So I've just finished it off with that, and I'm going to be using this peach fabric to actually make the trimming to go on the sides. So I'm going to do a little bit of a tutorial on that. This is all finished off now, apart from adding the final touch to the hem. The other thing that I quickly want to share with you that I've got to do to this is attach the sleeves on. Now I have prepared the sleeves, I've overlocked them, stitched them all together. One of the fallbacks of this suit is an absolutely gorgeous suit, but a slight bit of a problem that the sleeve fitting on the armhole part is actually just a teeny weeny bit less. So I lined the sleeve with a similar colour chiffon and was in double thoughts what to do, but I've added a small amount of piece which is almost like what I had left over from the sides of this. I've just attached it, and then basically by pressing it and making sure that it was absolutely perfect, it's actually given me a perfect finishing. And I really don't think it's so minute. If I open it up, you can tell that it's just a small piece there, but it's so minute you're not going to be able to tell. The other thing I did with the sleeves was I did take the lace off. I reattached it on going in the opposite direction. If you see from the picture that they've got the trim going towards the front. I added the lace at the front because the lace that I've added has got more of a wear and tear, you know, and a very nicely scalloped edge, which will give a far more lasting than the embroidery that was done. This was quite coarse, so what I've done is I've actually stitched that on. Now there was one other thing that I want to just quickly point out, that before I closed off these sleeves there were some threads that were overhanging. Make sure to snip the threads close up, because you can, when the two fabrics are placed together, you can actually see the reflection and it doesn't always look good, and once it's closed off they're very difficult to access. So I did trim away the excess threads. So that's the sleeves all finished off. They just need attaching to the dress. Salwar, it was just the closing off seam that I finally needed to do, which I've done, and elasticated it at the top. So the salwar is all finished. Now the dupatta, taken off all the lace from the sides and press that, and inshallah what I'm going to do is I'm going to reattach it back on with a similar colour thread. One, we need more of a beigey colour thread, and secondly, if there's any of the coarse edging, then I'm going to make sure to turn it and get a little bit of a neater, you know, and a smaller stitching as well. So just final touches, inshallah. What I'm going to do with the kameez is I'm just going to cut enough pieces to make the dory out of. Now you have seen me attach the dory, so I'm not really going to bother filming all this because it's something that I have done several times. So I'm just going to cut 3 pieces of strips, which should be enough. And these are about, what, 2 inches? 2 inches wide. And I'm going to use some dory to attach this on. So okay, so inshallah I shall see you with the finished result. Not really, just the sleeves to attach, the lace to attach to the dupatta, and add the piping to the sides of the kameez. And it's taken me actually quite a few hours to stitch this suit. One, I am totally out of practice, so perhaps the next one should be a little bit quicker. Anyway, I'm going to try and finish this off and then go one step at a time. So I hope you've enjoyed the parts of the tutorial, and if you're interested in buying this suit, then don't forget I have the full catalogue of this was the designer replicas of Baruch from part 1 of their catalogue. I think there's like 6 designs in this. They're absolutely a bargain price. They're £25 a suit, well worth the price. So it's a good investment, and actually it's a good time of year to buy these suits, because these are very good to wear in this moderate type of weather. I mean, we're approaching probably the time of year when prior to summer, where you can actually get good wear and tear out of these suits. So I know winter, they can be a little bit cool in winter, cold for winter weather, but by the time you get it stitched and stuff, winter will be out and we'll be approaching spring. So nice lovely colours as for spring. So I would say indulge and spoil yourself, and I will see you soon.